Retirement doesn't have to mean daytime TV and Sudoku. It is an opportunity for you to reset your life, to travel more, to create the kind of life that you want to lead now that you're not chained to the 9 to 5. But I know that for a lot of people, retirement can also mean, how am I going to keep going? How am I going to make myself financially free when actually my pension isn't as big as I'd like it to be? Or because you think, how am I going to keep my brain moving and motivated? Because suddenly if you stop working, that doesn't feel good for you. And I think one of the key things really is that actually by having passion and purpose and keeping going in life means that we live for longer, we're happier, we have more purpose in life. And so it's finding that delicate balance of still feeling excited and energized about life, wanting to do things, but also wanting to travel, have more adventures, and having the money to do it. And that's why creating a side hustle out of what you love is a really great way for you to earn some extra income, top up your pension, and also do something that fills you with passion, but it's flexible and it fits your life. So we're going to talk this through, and don't worry, it doesn't require loads of tech or complication. It can be something that works around you and your life and your skill set, what you know. So the first thing to say is that retirement doesn't mean that you are retiring. It doesn't mean you have to stop working. It just means you can change the way you work so you have more flexibility. And one of the ways that I really love to do this is, you can create passive income, whether that's buying, if you can afford it, buying properties that you can rent out, or investing in the stock market. These are great ways for you to create passive income without having to do too much work. But for some people, actually, you don't have the assets to invest in the stock market or to buy property. So what else can you do? And one of the great ways that you can do this is by creating passive income through your knowledge, your skill set, your experience, and your expertise. So it might be that you are creating something that works for, if you think of retirees in the retirement community, whether that's, some kind of social group, or perhaps it's something where it's a gardening club where you're helping others to have a sustainable garden and teaching about, the different seasons and gardening. Or perhaps it's business coaching and consulting, and you're using your skills and experience in what you did previously. And so if you have a very focused skill set that you can share to others, then this could be a way for you to get additional income. So that could be that you're doing consulting work for companies, or perhaps you create a course from this and you're sharing that wisdom onto other generations. And so creating a course is a really great way to create passive income, but it does require more effort. So before you leap into creating a course, you want to test and validate that idea to say, is this going to work? So the first thing you can think about is, should I create a workshop? So you can test that idea through a workshop. So maybe you think about that idea, get some feedback on maybe social media, look on Amazon to see, are other people doing that kind of content? See if there's a demand for what you're doing. Also look at yourself and think, do I really want to be talking about this? Maybe you've done it for the last 30, 40 years in a day job, but maybe you're sick of this thing and you don't really want to talk about it. But maybe your passion is baking or gardening or something else. And you could really talk much more about woodwork than you could about a particular software that you've used. So think about your expertise and think about, do you really want to use your expertise, or are you wanting to do something different? So you want to ideally have expertise plus passion and also market demand. So that, that juicy donut of all three things, that is the point that you want to aim for. And if you want to learn more about this, I have a webinar that I'm going to share the link to, which talks this through in much more detail. So once you've got your little nugget of an idea, then the next stage is you could test it. And you could test it by doing something like a workshop. And so you don't need masses of tech. You could just do Zoom and invite people to come to your workshop so they see, does this fly? Do people want to pay for this? And it might be you just test this with a small amount of money and just see if there's interest. When you test it, you're going to know, yes, 3 people signed up for this, there's demand. Or if no one signs up for it, then you can be like, okay, I need to go back and rethink it. So test that out. And you know, social media can be wherever you hang out. It might be LinkedIn, it might be YouTube, it might be Facebook, wherever works for you. Go all in on that particular platform. And also be thinking about your ideal client. Where do they hang out? If you're targeting something where it's kind of retirees garden space, then it may be they're on Facebook. But if it's something where you're wanting to talk to a younger audience, where are they hanging out? Here are some common side hustles that are practical and proven. Teaching online or tutoring, freelancing, writing, design, bookkeeping, or perhaps being a virtual assistant. Online courses and memberships, or consulting where you are monetizing your career expertise. Or perhaps you want to go for a fun or creative side hustle, such as photography or gardening, or perhaps teaching how to do baking or cake decoration. Maybe it's about blogging or writing. Or perhaps it's selling art online and teaching how to create particular kinds of art. Remember that you want to be niche and focused rather than the beginner's guide to art. Perhaps it's a workshop in how to draw your pet online. And so people sign up for a workshop to learn how to draw their pet, which is something that suddenly becomes like, oh, I'd really like to learn how to do that, rather than just something that's really generic. Other ways that you could create a side hustle is thinking about dog walking or pet sitting, or perhaps it's doing other things that you love. Maybe it's gardening, maybe it's doing something where you could sell your skills on Fiverr, you know, if you're a virtual assistant and you have expertise that you could share, or design skills. So it's really thinking about your knowledge, your expertise, and how you could sell these and turn them into a side hustle. And the benefits of doing this is that you are going to be earning some extra income without having that stress. You're going to be doing something that you enjoy and you're passionate about. And you can also build a community, so you can make friendships through this, and you're earning money so that you can travel, but you have the flexibility to travel while you're doing this, rather than feeling like, oh, I need to work in Tesco's and be chained to that job. You can work wherever you want to because you're location independent. And so it gives you that flexibility. You could be teaching English anywhere in the world rather than being tied to a location. So I'd love to hear which side hustle most excites you. Please share below what ideas you have for your side hustle. I'd love to know. And if you want to get going and you're thinking, like, what is the right thing for me, check out my Earn on Autopilot just below. I'll share that link. And if you are ready to get going and create a digital course or membership, then I'll also share my free training about that. And if you like this video, please let me know more ideas of what kind of content you'd like me to create, and please like and subscribe my channel. It really helps me to keep going if I know that you like my kind of content, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye bye.